says here that I'm dangerous, that I'm a domestic extremist, that I am a fucking pillock. That's according to the Metropolitan Police. A clear and present threat. That's from Eon. Shows little regard for my client's legal and intellectual property rights. That's from Starbucks' lawyers. Not meant to be funny. It's true. Says here that I'm highly disturbed, that I'm depressed, that I'm anxious, emotionally unstable personality disorder, depressive personality disorder, passive-aggressive personality disorder, a drug addict, high-functioning Asperger's, like a demanding child, cruel, and retarded. That's according to the NHS. In the juvenile camp. That's according to the Scotsman. Disgusting. That's according to the Big Issue. I would love to see you crying in jail. Good luck with everything, you fucking twat. That was sent from the email address IHateVacuumCleaner@hotmail.com. These are some of the ways that organisations and people have tried to define me. So, okay. I will admit that defining yourself as disabled is not as acidic as those terms. And neither is an artist, or at least within these walls. The list I began with, a psychologist would point out, is an indication of the life experiences and how that has led me to the observations about myself and my response to the question, why is it so difficult to define yourself as a disabled artist? And I'm sorry, I'm genuinely not being awkward or a bastard, but I am not interested in defining myself in that way. I just can't fake enthusiasm. I don't care. I mean, I have spent weeks and weeks thinking about this question, and I have genuinely tried hard, but when it comes down to it, well, I care more about 50 Shades of Ambivalence. I care more about the financial anxieties of people that own more than one property than defining myself as a disabled artist. So, if you ask a stupid question, and the person you're asking that question of didn't put themselves in that position in the first place, guess what's going to happen? And officially, I am a retard. So what do you expect from a retard? Being labelled a retard at least has some value to it for me. Because we don't say, what's wrong with you? Are you a fucking retard anymore? We don't say that. You wouldn't. You just wouldn't say that. And hopefully you wouldn't even think it, right? And I'm not telling you what you can and can't think, but if you do think that way, maybe you're retarded. I'm not saying that your brain is different or diverse, I'm saying that your brain doesn't work. It's like when my friends come over to me and they say, James, why are you doing that? Are you fucking mental? But they do it with a knowing look. And then they smile at me and they say, yeah, don't answer that question. I'm more comfortable being defined as retarded or fucking mental than I am as a disabled artist. At least being retarded, you don't get the sympathy vote. Maybe people wonder, is he really that? And I am, because it's been defined so by a psychiatrist. It's official. And it also means I can have a lot of fun with that word. It can make me feel uncomfortable, and I can explore the uncomfortable relationship we have with that word. So why am I being asked this question? I don't define myself as a disabled artist. I don't define myself as an artist. Artist is a job. Jobs are a product of a system of wage labour that I refuse to define myself with in any way, shape or form. I don't think it's possible to come up with a more boring and uninteresting way to live your life than having a job. You know what's better than nobody clapping? You know what that means? It means there's two retards in the room. Anyway, I don't define myself as an artist. I make art, and I do that because it's one of the few things that I genuinely know how to do in the world. And I do it because it genuinely has stopped me from dying on numerous occasions. The definition of art and artists are different for a reason. And I don't define myself as disabled. For me, disability is a function of power. It is a form of systemic violence. And I refuse to be part of that system in any way, shape or form. I refuse to define myself by the Department for Work and Pensions work-related activity group, which I've been through, or the Department for Work and Pensions work programme, which I've been through. I refuse to engage both the notion or the practical application of that definition of disability. But it's important to remember that that isn't just a theoretical concept of disability, it's actually what's happening to people. I think it's fair to say that boxers are for shoes. They're for when you're moving house. I used boxers when I was homeless and I was sleeping on the street to stop me from getting cold. Boxers are a way for taking mess and making it look clean again. So who is this question for? It's not for me. It must be for you. Hi Fiona, I'm going to pick on you. Sorry, can I squeeze past? Hi Fiona, why is it important that the vacuum cleaner defines himself as a disabled artist? You can say it isn't.
It isn't, but it might be at certain moments. If you want to if you want to be exhibited in an exhibition alongside shape, yeah. If you
Don't cuss shape, they're good.
He didn't.
There's knowing look at you. That's enough.
No,
That's enough
okay, is that enough? All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
Stop embarrassing me now. I'll pick on somebody else who I don't know. Hello. Why is it important that I define myself as a disabled artist?
I don't think you should. I don't think anybody should, actually.
Great, that'll do. And I'm going to try and find somebody who's got a slightly contradictory answer to the one last one. So I'm going to try and get my leg over there. Hello. Why is it important that I define myself as a disabled artist?
It isn't.
I think you convinced him, mate.
There we go. We have our answers. I can retire now. How do I get out of here? At this point in the talk, you normally have this bit where you tie everything together and it all makes sense. But that sounds like putting something in a box, so I'm not going to do that.
You done? Yeah. Good man. The vacuum cleaner. Thank you.